Welcome to episode 429 of the Geeks for the Win podcast, the tech and gaming podcast from thegeeksforthewin.com, where we cover all things geeky. I'm your host, William, and I'm with my co-host, Stuart.
Known across the internet as Casual Terror. As my phone goes off.
As your phone goes off.
I kind of noticed that my lights were a little bright, so I was trying to turn them down.
Gotcha. Alrighty, this week is our tech and gaming episode. I guess we'll jump into it. Stuart, what have you been up to?
I've been playing some games. I'm continuing to, of course, play through Final Fantasy 14, which I don't think I did this before last time we talked, but I managed to get to the final expansion.
Oh.
So I'm now on technically current content now of Final Fantasy. So I've reached max level, which is 80, and I've kind of just started the expansion. So, and I'm not sure whether I should start leveling another class now or continue and finish the story with the class I've been playing and have really liked. Because it's kind of like, okay, do I spend all of my time with this one class and get kind of good with it? Or do I start to diversify and learn other classes and become subpar with all classes? That's the conundrum I'm in right now. I'm not sure what to do. Currently, I'm just sticking with Samurai because that's the class I've really kind of liked for the last two expansions. So, but yeah, I'm finally into the current stuff, and goddamn, is this story amazing! Like, it really, really freaking is.
That's what I feel. That's every time I hear anything from about this. Yeah, it's always the story. The story is the best part.
Well, you know what?
The stories.
Did you know that the critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy XIV has a free trial? And that includes the entirety of A Realm Reborn and the award-winning Heaven's Word expansions, up to level 60 with no restrictions on game tie. Sign up now and enjoy Eorzea today.
Hashtag not sponsored.
That is actually a meme that has been going around for the past month.
Oh.
Where, like, people who are streaming WoW will, someone or a bunch of people will all of a sudden just pop that message will then pop up in their chat. Like, it has become a meme that speech I just said, because I literally looked up Final Fantasy 14 meme, and that was like the first, it was like meme ad, and that was what popped up.
Yeah, from what I've heard, WoW is just in a bad place right now.
It has been for a while, and I feel like it's gotten to a point where people are kind of fed up with it. I got their last expansion. People are kind of starting to get, I think a majority of people are kind of there now, especially the content creators. Content creators are leaving WoW left and right, and that's before what happened with California. Like content creators were fed up with the lackluster content and just the type of story that goes like cliffhanger that leads to another cliffhanger and then another and then another and you never get any kind of resolve at all with anything, with any characters. Nothing gets finished. It's always, we're going to leave this open in case we want to do something with it later. And people are like, I'm done with that. I'm done being led around with this bullshit. And that's just with the story, not even gameplay. Because people are also kind of fed up with the gameplay. You know, they're tired of the endless cycle of, okay, we're going to release something new. It'll be broken as shit, but don't worry, because you'll be patting us on the back later for fixing it. Because we've listened to the community. Big ol' air quotes there. So, yeah, it's a shame what happened. It got Activisioned. That's what happened. Like it when Activision bought Blizzard, people were so worried that, oh no, you know, what's going to happen to WoW? It's going to become, you know, another one of the things that Activision destroys, and it becomes just this cycle of just we want money from Activision. And the people at Blizzard were like, no, that'll never happen. We're still Blizzard. We're still our own thing. And then that person left. And then another person left. And then now it's gotten to a point where like barely anybody who was there before the Activision, or at least the higher ups, you know, barely anybody's still there who was there before, when it was just Blizzard and not Activision, but Blizzard.
Yeah. It's also, the game's been around for almost 17 years. So,
yeah.
Like
2004.
If they're just not
2004.
Yeah, if they're not doing anything new or interesting, like to keep it fresh, you know, they're doing the opposite. They're they're re-releasing the old content. You know, and the WoW classic stuff. They're doing the opposite of adding new and fresh stuff. So,
and you know what? There was that meme with Jalen Brack where he said, "You don't want that. Trust me, you don't want that." And then WoW Classic did come out, and people were like, "Yay, yay, yay! I'm bored." And because it was like a bunch of people came back to play Classic, and then a year later, you know, the servers are dead. Like, they are literally dead. Like, I've heard people who have gone into WoW to to play like WoW Classic, and you look up, like, because you can look up, you know, who's online, and like there may be 5 max level characters on the server at like a peak time. Like, oh, they must be doing a dungeon. Like that's bad. Like, you know, Jalen Brack was right. You didn't want that. You thought you did, but you didn't, because it didn't stick around for long. And then now they've released Burning Crusade Classic. That brought a bunch of people back, and like, okay, then when is Wrath of the Lich King Classic? Oh, it's coming. And rumor has it we're adding in the WoW tokens, which the WoW tokens were basically, the WoW tokens were game time. You could exchange the WoW token for game time. You can buy it with real money, or you can sell it on the in-game auction house for in-game gold. So essentially, this was their way of allowing you to buy gold in game and be able to buy.
Without really buying gold. Yeah.
Yeah. Which, like, okay. And in a lot of people's opinion, it ruined WoW, because, you know, you could just buy anything on the auction house. You know, you didn't have to work for anything. You can just buy whatever you want. You know, if you just reached into mommy and daddy's purse and, you know, take out a credit card, you can buy whatever you want. And, you know, another thing, you can also buy carries. Like, you could, like, pay somebody gold, you know, who's a high level, high geared player, to carry you through a dungeon and get a bunch of loot, which is okay. Blizzard allows that. Blizzard encourages it. They have said so on their forums that they encourage you to buy carries. That is insane.
As long as you're doing it through their token system and not a third party site.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Which, they saw so many Chinese people are making so much money off of buying or selling gold. Maybe we should do that too. This is an Activision CEO. Maybe we should do this too. Okay. And that it happened because the WoW tokens did not exist before the Activision thing. So it just Activision ruined Blizzard 100%. Activision ruined Blizzard. But at the same time, Blizzard also ruined Blizzard. Because this, and I didn't want to talk about it, but I'm going to bring it up just briefly. The stuff that's going on with the lawsuit with the state of California, that was going on before the Activision acquisition. So,
oh wow,
Blizzard also ruined Blizzard. So, I don't know. I've definitely I had Overwatch installed, and then this all happened, and I uninstalled it because I was going to play, because Overwatch is crossplay now. So I was going to play some Overwatch with my sister, and I uninstalled it because I don't want to think about Blizzard. I don't want to play a Blizzard game right now. But anyway, Final Fantasy XIV, fantastic game. It's got a free trial. Will, you should really install it and play it. At least a free trial. Free. Doesn't cost you anything.
At least play a few hundred hours.
Yeah.
That's what you're basically saying.
Yeah. It's a free, fantastic. It is the number one MMO right now. I mean, what can it hurt?
Yeah.
But that's not all I've been playing though. Last weekend, there was a Halo Infinite technical preview, and I played in that. I got in relatively easily, which from what I've saw on Reddit was surprising because so many people had trouble logging into the site to get their code. I had no issue, so I might have been one of the first ones to do it because I just went, okay, yep, there's my code. And
I saw that this was a thing and started to research how to do this, and then saw that it's fighting bots, right?
Okay, yeah.
You're just shooting bots.
This was a three-day event. Well, it became a 4-day event because they said that they were going to launch the servers in the afternoon. This was West Coast time. So I was like, okay, it's going to be around 3:00 their time. So 6:00 my time. 6:00 rolls around, nothing. Around 9:00, 9:10, they finally went up, and I got to play a little bit. And yes, for the first couple days, it was against bots because this wasn't a PvP beta. This was a technical preview to test their systems and their AI. That's really what this was to test their AI. And it also allowed, I'm pretty sure that there was some AI learning in there too, because the first day, right off the bat, playing the game, bots super easy. Like, it's like 50-5. Like, come on, like it's there's no contest. But by the end of the first level, like the first difficulty, it got to, instead of 50-5, it was 50-12. So like they were getting a little bit harder, a little bit, not much. Then they upped the difficulty from like I think it was Marine to ODST. That was the next difficulty. And yes, they were a little bit harder. And they also at the same time released a new map. Because this was the first day was all on one map, live fire. Yeah, I think it was live fire. Then they came out with the ODST difficulty and Bazaar. And then the third day, it was Spartan difficulty. Those bots were harder. Still, you had no chance of losing. And the third map, which I totally forget the name of that third map. No, the third map was Bazaar. I forget the name of the second map now. And then like end of Sunday night, into Sunday morning or Monday morning, they did allow you to play PvP. So it was like they turned on the playlist to actually play against other people. And throughout the debate, I'm like, you know what, I'm doing okay. Getting 19, 20 kills. Okay, I'm doing okay. I'm not great, but when I play PvP, I won't do awful. Playing PvP, oh, I got 2 kills. I got 5 kills. I'm doing shit. Like this is
yeah. I think I'm at a point where I don't care about PvP much anymore.
I can understand that.
Like I still want to play like cooperative games and stuff like that with other people, but just like the whole like death match or stuff like that, I'm just like there's just too much time to invest in order to get good, and I don't know if I want to actually spend necessarily that much time on something like that I don't really enjoy as much as I do like cooperative style games.
I can understand that. I totally understand that.
My reflexes are shit now.
We're getting old, man. We're getting old.
Right? Like,
but apart from like my shitty skills, like the guns felt great. Like they felt amazing. And like it was nice. It was quick. Movement felt nice. We were able to vault, to mantle, not vault, mantle up ledges, which is a great addition to what Spartans can do.
Mantling is great, yeah.
And yeah, and I was like, as I was playing, I'm like, you know what? This is making me want to play some old Halo. So I've also been playing Master Chief Collection because I downloaded that and been playing a lot of old Halo. And it took me a minute to get okay. I'm getting my Halo legs back. I'm feeling this now. I'm getting better. Yeah, I'm feeling all right now. But yeah, just playing old Halo again. I was like, this is still fun. I still enjoy playing Halo. And this is most of and because I'm playing the Master Chief Collection, I basically have all of the games selected. Most of the ones I'm playing are Reach and Halo 3 because those are the ones that people are queuing queuing into. I'm like, you know what? This is Halo's heyday. Was Halo Reach, Halo 3, fantastic. Then I got into a match of Halo 4. I went, what is this shit? What is this game? This isn't Halo. I don't remember Halo 4 at all. What is Halo 4? Why do these guns sound awful? Why does the BR sound like a BB gun? What is going on?
That was the first 343 one, right?
It was.
It was rough. Yeah.
And I have not. No, I think Reach was actually the first 343 one.
No, Reach was the swan song for.
Was it?
Bungie,
was the last Bungie one?
I believe so.
Yep, it was Bungie. So okay, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So yeah, Halo 4 was the first one from 343, and yeah, it was bad.
Halo 4 was rough in general.
Like, I don't remember it being that bad. And Halo 5 is not on PC at all, so I don't remember Halo 5 other than like a big Battlefield style game mode. That's the only thing I remember.
I mean, people played Halo 5 for the longest time, and
people still play Halo 5 a lot.
They're free to play like model of that, where like they don't charge for DLC, but people buy the packs or the whatever they're called.
I do remember that in Halo 5 there are packs for like skins and stuff.
Big success.
They have done in Master Chief collections. There are skins in Master Chief collection. For like Halo's 2. I'm sorry, yeah, Halo 2 you can have skins. 3, 4, and Reach. You can have skins, unlock different armor types, which has been retroactively added to these games, as well as a battle pass. Which I also say this: there is no way to put money into that game, so this is all free. And when you kind of go up in like skill rank or whatever, not even like during like ranked gameplay, but like, like an XP type system, you get these little, I don't know what they're even called, but they're like little cube things, and they're currency to unlock stuff on the battle pass. Like you get 10 at a time, and you pick which one you want to unlock. Now, in order to go to the next. To go to the next 10, you have to unlock them all. So, and then like then there's also like special, like if you want this really cool set of armor, it's 20 cubes. When everything on the battle pass is like 1 cube. I'm like, that's a cool, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. That's really cool. And speaking of which, the Battle Pass was available to get on the technical preview. There was a store, there was a Battle Pass, you were given credits, and there was no way to buy more. So you had what you had, and you played with what you had. So it was there was enough to buy a bunch of things in the store as well as get the Battle Pass. But
is that going to carry over? Or no?
Probably not. I don't think so. But it was a way to test the Battle Pass, which was bugged. At least it was for me. Because like the daily stuff was like, play a PvP match. Done that. Then it went play 2 PvP matches. Did that. Play 3 PvP matches. Did that. 4, 5, 6, and we're not going to count 6. We're going to stop counting at the 6 marker.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where it bugged out for me, and I saw on Reddit it also bugged out for other people. And like, yeah, this technical preview wasn't perfect. There was definitely some bugs. Like a major one that I saw was, hey, if you want to remap the push to talk button, that just boots you to the desktop, and you got to restart the game again. And there is no way, and you have now unmapped the push to talk button, and there's now no way to map it to anything. So, yep, you can't talk anymore. Okay, fine. I won't talk. A lot of people were complaining like, well, I've got a 3090 and I can only get 80 frames. Yeah, me too. There was something like where you could not get above like 80, 60 to 80 frames. So,
wow.
Hey, guess what, people? PC players, 60 to 80 frames, totally playable. I know, shocker, right? But it's totally playable.
I mean, it is, yeah, but you have a fancy PC, you want more.
Yeah.
Because you expect more because you paid that much for,
Yeah, I get it, but, that is definitely something that's going to be fixed. Another issue I had was whenever I joined in a match that was already in session, that was a funny bug. The guns had like, you could hear them, but they were muted. Like they were really quiet, but the voices sure weren't. So you'd be firing your gun, beat, 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 like, okay, that's all right. That's funny. But yeah, let's fix that bug. What else? Oh, there was an AI. There was like an AI that you kind of picked. You kind of had like 4 to pick from. And they each during PvP, they did a thing. Like they had like things to say. Like they let you know, sniper respawning soon. Overshield respawning soon. Stuff like that. But then they'd also comment on your gameplay. Like if you get a kill, that was a nice kill. Or, stuff like it actually reminded me a lot of Skills for Kills, Agent. Skills for Kills. It's Kills for Skills. Kills for Skills from Crackdown. Like literally like the default AI, I swear, sounded just like him. Just like the
interesting.
But there were others that had, different voice packs and, it was different, like, oh, cool. We're playing Slayer. Have fun.
See, voice packs are a thing that you'd think would be like in every game because it's a way to make money, I guess, but they've just never really caught on.
No.
Like, you'll occasionally see like some games have them here and there and, but they've just never really caught on,
and
which
like,
I've always thought was interesting.
And there was something in the settings couldn't change them, but like not only like the AI stuff, but the announcer too. There was an announcer pack that you can unlock. But I'm like, why would you want to? Why would you not want to have Halo guy? I mean, come on, Slayer.
Yeah.
Like he's from the beginning. Like he's told us what game type we're playing from the beginning.
Yeah.
20 years ago. I mean, come on. But yeah, it's gonna be. Hopefully this really gave him a good kind of picture on what stuff still needs to be fixed, and it does. A lot of that stuff does get fixed. But I'm totally looking forward to Halo Infinite.
Yeah, I am too. Looks like an interesting story.
I don't remember the story much after 3. Actually, no, I'm sorry, after Reach. I don't remember the story after Reach. I remember kind of bits, but not like the actual story.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Cortana went crazy, right?
Yeah, and I don't remember, like, did we stop her? I don't remember. I don't
Yeah.
know if we stopped her or not.
Cortana went crazy ex-girlfriend.
Yeah. But yeah. Oh, and another Halo thing also happened this week. Waze did a deal with Microsoft, and you can have
Really?
either Master Chief or like that brute that was in the trailer give you directions. I don't know. They're acting like we should know who this brute is. I have no idea who that brute is.
I don't know.
Like, that's kind of how the trailers and like this makes it like, I don't know who that brute is. Is he somebody we should know? I don't remember. But yeah, you can have Master Chief give you directions home, and I have absolutely I did it on Wednesday. Master Chief took me home, and it was dumb. it was the right amount of dumb. Hazard reported ahead. Could be a trap.
That's funny.
Exit right. Fallout. Keep left. Eyes up.
And I guess maybe that's also going back to the whole voice pack thing. Like, they're really, for the most part, it's a novelty thing, and I would guess it would just wear its novelty out. Like, do you really want, like, didn't Snoop Dogg do a voice pack for like Call of Duty or something?
Yes,
like one of those type of games. Yeah,
yes.
like that seems like something
Snoop
like
Dogg, and I think also Ice-T did as well.
Yeah, it's like that would be funny to do once or twice, but it would probably get irritating.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
these, it would be
these ways things. They're always temporary. There was a Batman one, and it was just as dumb. Has reported ahead. Could be a trap set by the Riddler. That was, Morgan Freeman did a Waze thing. I think it was 2 years ago. It was Santa, but he sounded more like Mr. Krabs, which was absolutely hilarious.
Someone like Morgan Freeman, if they did like the direction like legit, like, and didn't try to like, make it a novelty thing, I could see that being,
Yeah, it was. I know I did the Morgan Freeman one, and I don't think he had like stuff to say like has reported ahead or something after exit right or whatever. I think it was just him just saying the lines, and that was perfect. But I mean that Santa Claus one that was absolutely hilarious. You've reached your destination. Ho ho ho! Have a Merry Christmas. What?
Yeah.
No, you're not Santa. You're Mr. Krabs. Keep your hands off me, money.
You'll never get the Krabby Patty formula. No. I'm not even gonna try to do an impression, but yeah. I know some SpongeBob, not that much though, to be honest.
But
I've forgotten to SpongeBob too much.
Yeah, and also you can change your car icon as you're driving to either a warthog or a ghost.
It's kind of cool, like being able to change the icon. That's something that that's subtle, that I think is kind of cool, and it wouldn't get too like, oh my god, I really have to hear him say trap ahead or
yes, and by the way, it is the same line every single time. Hazard boarded ahead. Could be a trap. Every single time. Like yeah, it's nice once, and then you hear the same line 7 times. Pothole ahead. Could be a trap. I live in fucking Indiana. Our streets are potholes with concrete in it. Wait, what?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a neat thing to have for a little while and then never use again. Because also,
Surprised Wave or Waze is still around. Like after it got bought by Google.
yeah, I mean, yes. And I wish that Google Maps did like the Waze packs, because then I would just switch back to Google and not use Waze anymore. But like Waze just gives you so much more information than Google Maps does. You know,
well, that's because it's it's still community based, right?
right? But like all that stuff is going
Yeah.
to Google now. I mean, so I'm like, just put that into Google Maps.
Yeah, true.
I mean, just make Waze Google Maps. I mean, just do that. You know, that, you know, lets me know there's a car on the shoulder ahead, or pothole ahead, or police ahead, accident reported, here's an alternate route. Great. Google Maps doesn't do that stuff. I mean, it takes that data, but it doesn't do anything with it on their app.
Yeah, like I said, it's just weird that like they've kept Waze separate and still kept it. You know?
And you can see like other Waze users on your map and stuff. And with the Halo thing, you can make your little Waze character that other people see Master Chief.
That's funny. Regular Waze people just seeing what the hell is that?
Yep, it's there. Let's see. Another thing that I've played, and that's going on this weekend, is Back for Blood. Hey, did you ever want a Left 4 Dead 3? Because this is it. This is Left 4 Dead 3. It's great. It's Left 4 Dead 3. And it does. The only problem is, and I found this out later, is that their specials aren't different enough to really tell what they are.
Oh, really?
Because you got certain classes of specials, and I didn't know this until I tried to play Versus. Then I'm like, oh, a tall boy is this thing, but there's 3 different types of tall boys. Okay. As well as like retchers. Like there's 3 different types of retchers. Like, okay, I just thought there was one, because you're in such panic mode when you come across them that you don't pay attention to the subtle differences of how they act. Because like there's tall boys are basically they're really tall for one. They're like basketball players, but they also have like one huge arm, kind of like a Charger was in Left 4 Dead 2.
Yeah.
But he doesn't charge at you. He just lumbers forward, and then the Crusher type will slam his giant fist on you, and then pick you up and start crushing you, and will kill you if you're not freed by your teammates. And they have a lot of health. Like they have a lot of health, quite a lot. And the retchers are kind of like the boomers, but they look like the tanks. Like,
okay,
they're really big buff dudes that vomit acid at you. And then if you're too close to them when you kill them, they explode and they hurt you. So like a boomer, but they have little health. And the one that's kind of like the hunter, mixed with the spitter is called a, oh shit, I forget. What's it called? Special infected. They are called hawkers. And they have like 4 arms and they can like leap distances. And there's one that will just kind of spit acid at you, kind of like almost like a sniper too, like the accuracy that they have. Then there's another one that will like lock you into like kind of like root you to the ground unless somebody comes up and punches you. And then their equivalent of the tank is stupid. It's called an ogre. And dude is maybe 15, 20 feet tall. Like, dude's enormous.
Wow. Okay.
Like, yeah, he's like when he appeared in the beta, like he's got like a bar, like a boss health bar at the top of the screen. Like, you know, like this dude's serious because he's got a health bar on top of your screen.
Yeah.
So be wary. And they all have like these glowing points on them that are weak points. And oh God, there's so much to this game now. Just kind of like Left 4 Dead, you are going level to level through a campaign, going from like safe house to safe house. Like it's literally Left 4 Dead in that fashion. There are cars that you cannot shoot or the alarms will go off, signaling horde. You know, you can open up doors with alarms on them that will signal the horde. Birds on the ground will signal the horde. And next time you play, it'll be different because like the first time I played, I jumped into like the middle of one, and it was the finale of the first campaign. And we got bum rushed right out the gate of the safe house. Like there was no way to survive that. Like we were killed so fucking quick. But the next time, it wasn't that bad. So just like Left 4 Dead, it's got an AI director that will ramp up the difficulty. And it will also ramp up the difficulty depending on how many real players are there and how many are bots. So, because the bots are fucking useless. Because there is another type of in special infected called sleepers. And they're very easy to spot, but they can also jump out at you too. There's these massive kind of infection pimple like things on walls, and if you get somewhat close to them, a zombie will jump out at you and tackle you to the ground and be on you like a hunter would be. But where was I going with that? I forget. I made that point for some reason. Anyway, they will, you know, it'll change. Sometimes sleepers will be on a wall. Sometimes they won't be. Loots is, you know, not where it always is. And oh my God, you know how little amount of different types of guns there were in Left 4 Dead?
Yeah.
Well, this is like Call of Duty level of like number of weapons. Like there's an enormous amount of weapons. And of course, There is attachments, different types of scopes, different types of magazines, stocks, barrels. But they're usually kind of easy to kind of like, okay, this is just, but at the same time, it's almost like, it's kind of like Apex, where it's like, okay, this is just an upgrade of this, and then this, and then this. So it's kind of like that. And you're basically told when you look at a weapon, like you're given like stats, like, okay, this will increase this, and you're good. Right, cool. And there's this card system, which basically gives you perks. You get one kind of when you start a new level. And the perk could be, 5% more health, 10% more ammo, and they do stack. So if you have like 5% more health, you get 10%. So they do stack that way. But the one that
from the character perks, like,
yes.
Okay, because I didn't get a chance to play, but I loaded in, and because I was having internet issues last night, I loaded in and saw different characters, and they listed like different perks for each characters and stuff.
Yes, the cards just expand upon those.
Gotcha. Okay.
And there's one that's, I think, essential, and that is you get 2 health every time you melee, which has saved my ass. Especially when you combine that with the combat knife perk, which basically it changes your melee to you have a combat knife in your hand, and it's just a 1-hit kill to the zombie.
Oh, nice.
And a melee or a bash, they call it bashing, does not interrupt your reload. So you can start a reload, punch, and then bring the weapon bit back up, and it's done reloading. So like perfect. Let's see what else. There are only 2 campaigns in this beta, and I have played through them both twice. And I like them. Like I said, they're very much a Left 4 Dead style campaign. There's one kind of level where you are going to a church, and as soon as you open the door to the church bell starts ringing, and like the hordes of zombies come in, and there's a pile of wood in the middle of the floor, and you have to take wood planks and then board up the door. Very much like not like the Nazi zombies. And you basically then create the safe house. Oh, let's see what else. Oh, my sister complained about this because I was playing with mouse and keyboard, but apparently controller, the aim assist is stupid. Like stupid insane. Like I told, like she's like, I'm just holding down the trigger button and I'm just locking on zombies' heads. This is too much aim assist. It's just like I'm just holding it down. I'm not even touching the stick. And I was like, oh, there's a crusher. Aim for his head. I can't aim for his head. I have no control over where I aim.
Oh wow, that sounds pretty bad.
Yeah, and I was watching Tim the Tatman play today, and he was playing with Nick Merckx, and Nick was playing with a controller, and he's like, I feel like I'm hacking. Like this aim assist is insane. I'm just holding the button down. I'm hacking.
sounds like they made this game a lot easier than Left 4 Dead was, with a lot of stuff you've been mentioning.
It sounds easier, but honestly, I feel like it's harder.
Okay, because I mean that was part of the experience of Left 4 Dead was it was a little difficult. Like
the number of times that we were completely overrun was quite a few times. Like there was the finale to the second campaign, that's in the beta, where you have to use a cannon to basically seal a mine that like the hordes of zombies are pouring out of, and the number of times that we failed that mission, I've it was more than once. It was twice. It took us the third time to get it. But yeah, it can get hard. But what's also nice compared to Left 4 Dead is there are other people in the world. You actually see other people in the world. Like, you know, like in the safe house, there was literally a dude who had tables built up, you know, fort style. He's just hiding in the corner. Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Oh, okay. So other NPCs. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Also, I forgot, at the start of every level, there is a crate that's basically it's a buy station where you can either buy new weapons, buy ammo, buy attachments, grenades, health, whatever, and buy like team perks, like the team gets 10% more health, or you know
that's kind of cool.
You can carry one extra health item. You can carry one extra grenade item. Which it was not explained, but I found out you can only carry one type of item, like only one type of healing item, one type of throwable, one type of, and there's like a tool type system, like a defib or like a toolkit that can unlock doors, disable the alarms on doors, unlock. And I've seen crates in the world with, let's just say, minigun, and you need a toolkit to unlock it. And I've seen the minigun once, and it's not you hold the minigun and fire like the Terminator in T2. You don't get to do that. It's a turret. You literally set up a turret and then just fire that way.
That's lame.
Which sucks even more because the dude who used it, we had already cleared the area, and he just set up the turret like, oh, what'd you do that for? Now it's just gonna sit here and we can't use it. So, yeah, this is Left 4 Dead 3. Like, if you were expecting anything more than Left 4 Dead 3, you will be disappointed. Which,
I mean, it sounds like there's a lot more than than what a Left 4 Dead 3 would have been.
When you look at the Back 4 Blood subreddit, apparently people were expecting this to be the most amazing game ever. Like people were like, the graphics suck. I think they look great. Like I don't know, were you expecting this to look like real life, and like the story, like the world to be so detailed that you could like walk into a house and tell exactly kind of what happened when the infection started? Because no, this is, what were you expecting? I don't. They're getting a lot of hate on Reddit, and I don't understand it. I don't understand the hate.
It's the internet. That's all you need to understand.
Well, compared to last week with Halo, and people were just gushing over the technical preview that had more flaws I saw than Back for Blood. So I'm like, what? I don't understand. What were you expecting? I don't. What were you expecting? And people are also acting on Reddit like this is the full game. Like, no. It literally says at the start of the second campaign in the beta 4-1, 4-2, meaning this is the fourth campaign of the game. And there's also a HUD area. And I'm going to also assume that there's going to be some story stuff that happens there that we're not seeing because it's a fucking beta. Not the full game. It comes out in a month. So.
And it's on Game Pass, right?
Yes, it will be on Game Pass.
Okay, that's good.
Because playing this, I'm like, I will. Because I was thinking last night, because I totally forgot it was going to be on Game Pass. I'm like, I will pre-order this game. This has sold me, 100%. This has sold me. I will buy this game, but it will be on Game Pass. So I don't have to, but I would if it wasn't on Game Pass.
Yeah.
But actually thinking about it now, I'm like, I might want to buy it because it'll be on Steam. And the stuff that Steam can do that Windows cannot.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. Have they said whether there'll be workshop support? I don't know.
I was about to say, how's that going to work?
You can turn off crossplay.
Oh, you can? Okay.
Yeah. I sure hope it does get workshop support. Because I mean, the life that Left 4 Dead had after its release, years after its release,
yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna just stick with Game Pass, and maybe if it does end up having,
if it does, then I'll pick it up there. But yeah,
and there'll probably be a sale for it by the time it does get support, if it does get support. So yeah, pick it up cheaper then. But yeah, I'm definitely interested in checking this out this weekend. Is it the whole weekend or?
Yes.
Okay. Sometimes these like weekend betas, like they end like on Saturday. There's some weird stuff with.
Yeah, this is going until noon Pacific time on August 9th, so Monday.
Okay, nice.
And then there is an open beta because this is just the early access beta.
Yeah.
Which is on August 12th. So next weekend too.
And I like how, like, if you were in because I had it downloaded for the last beta, I just never got a chance. I never played it, or alpha or whatever it's called. I just never got it around to actually trying it out. The download still worked on Steam. Cool. I was just able to download it. It was like, hey, there's an update for this, and I'm like, okay, 18 gigs. And
actually, what was interesting with this, I didn't even ask for a code. I was given this code by Intel. Like, all right.
Okay.
Like, I just got an email one day 2 weeks ago, like, hey, do you want to play the back for Blood beta? Yeah. Here's a code. Cool.
Oh yeah, here we go. Intel Gaming Access. Claim your beta early access. Back for Blood key today. Yeah. Huh. Interesting.
Well,
Yeah.
and my sister got in through the website, through Turtle Rock's website, and she actually got 2 extra codes with hers. So
Yeah, I got a message from Pantsless Steve like, here, get your beta code. And I'm like, oh, thanks, but already got one from last time.
and because I watched Tim the Tatman play on Twitch, I got a code on Twitch too. So I'm like, they're giving these codes out.
It's one of these like, oh, it's a closed beta, wink.
Yeah, but we're giving these codes to anybody who asks.
Yeah, pretty much. And then extras. And
yeah, and then a full on open beta next week. So
okay, well, that's cool. And yeah, so there'll be two weekends to play through this.
yeah,
I played through Left 4 Dead a lot. Left 4 Dead 1 and 2 a lot. Like that was one of the big things I did with the tag community. We would just play through over and over and over again.
Yeah, and if you liked playing through Left 4 Dead a bunch, guess what? It's literally that, which is awesome. There is a versus mode. Which is not the same as the Left 4 Dead versus mode. It's not campaign versus. It is, you are on maps fighting against waves of enemies, and then once the wave is done, the circle closes in, and then it closes in again. While the other team spawn as special infected or even common infected. I was not a fan of the Left 4 Dead versus, and my sister and I played through or tried one match, and it was 4 versus 2 players. So it was just not great. And we got through like one full round, then the other team quit.
Oh, that sucks.
But the game kept going. So we were like, okay. I was kind of curious, like, where does this end? Because it was just me and my sister on this map by ourselves, and we were both infected. There was nobody to kill. The wave counter kept going. Nothing happened. And it didn't automatically end, which it should have.
Yeah. So there's no end to that, like story, like actual way to win if you're a survivor.
Well, how to win is to you switch sides during the round, and you basically try to beat the other's time of survival when you are the cleaners, as you are called, not the survivors, the cleaners. So you basically just have to outlast the other team's time, and it's literally as soon as you do it, the round ends.
Oh,
like it doesn't like, okay, we're gonna keep going. Nope, it's like it literally like went down like boop, 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 winner. Like, okay, yeah, that timer is 1 second longer than the other team.
I mean, I guess I can see that. That's cool because it keeps like if you're on the other team and oh, we lost, it keeps the game going on and on and on and dragging out so you can get into another game quicker.
Yeah,
I see the merits for that, but not being able to see how long you can go too kind of sucks.
that's kind of where
I
I
see
was
both
like,
sides of it.
I'm part of that.
As
Like,
a
I want to
former
see how long we could go.
as a former Call of Duty Nazi zombie like addict, I definitely see the appeal of seeing how far you can go. You know.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. Yeah. And I got an email from Back for Blood, I guess, because I signed up. Then they're like, "Hey, get your code, and here's 3 others to give to other people." They're just giving them away. Yeah,
Yeah. They're absolutely giving them away.
yeah. Excited to check it out. I love Left 4 Dead. I wish Raptor was still up because I'd be able to go see how much time I put in. I put in a lot of time on the.
Is it not? Is it not still?
No, it's been gone for a while. Every time I think of and I'm like, oh yeah, it's gone. Dissolved 3 years ago, according to Wikipedia. So yeah,
Well,
kind of
there's
sucks.
always the Wayback Machine.
Hmm.
I don't know if it actually was able to be saved.
Oh well, yeah. I had hundreds and hundreds of hours because that's, like I said, part of the tag community. That's one of the things a lot of us played over and over again
Yeah.
on Xbox before I jumped to PC. I do hope it gets like support, like mod support and stuff like that, like Left 4 Dead did. Yeah. Cause yeah, we could jump into Left 4 Dead and play so much content and so much stuff that we never experienced before.
Yes.
Quality content. Like that Helm's Deep map was like when we found out, oh my God, after you wait after so long, it opens up and you get a retreat. Oh my God.
We
Like,
barely saw that. Like, it opens up and we died. And
yeah,
we never saw what was beyond that.
Yeah. That was so cool though. I love that. I just wish we could do more stuff, Left 4 Dead 2 mods and whatnot, because it's so much fun.
Yeah. I'm trying to see if there
And
is.
with Left 4 Dead, it was just it was so easy to understand and to jump into.
Yeah, it
I
was.
think that's one of the benefits.
Yeah, well, Back 4 Blood is a little bit harder. It's not as easy to jump into and then play because there is that card system. And yeah, it's a little bit harder in that way because that card system I can see it being confusing.
You're still trying to check this out or trying to
Yeah, but I
figure out
don't
that.
think it's one. I'm not sure how uh, Wayback really kind of works. So yeah, I'm not really seeing it. Raptor became something. It became like a streaming service. Didn't it?
It did.
Yeah, I want to say it did. Like towards the end of its lifespan, I want to say it did. I don't remember. I blocked my login.
Oh, I'm on my. I'm on my Raptor page,
Oh,
but I don't see that. There's no game activity. Where do you see that? I've got Underdog as my icon.
oh yes, I remember. I remember you. Yes, yes, that was your icon forever.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, that Wayback Machine's kind of weird. Not the easiest to.
There was another service that tracked game time, Xfire, but I'm on the Xfire site, and
Oh
boy, is it
yeah.
different. This is not the Xfire from my youth. I don't know if this even does have anything to do with games anymore. I don't know what this is. Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, that's really been it for me. There was another game I played, but I really did not play much of it to really even talk about.
Okay.
What about you? What have you done?
I haven't really played too much of stuff. The only thing of note that's new that's worth talking about is just came out recently called The Forgotten City.
That's what I've barely played.
I saw you were on it for a little bit.
Yeah, I played a little bit of it, and then I was like, I want to play Halo, and jumped off.
Yeah, this is this was a game that evolved from a Skyrim mod. Apparently, a big Skyrim mod,
Which is interesting. It's very interesting that it did.
Yeah. It's kind of a time loop, kind of a Groundhog's Day, time loop situation, where you're trying to solve there's you in time to I guess Roman times.
Yes.
And you're in this area, this city where there's the golden rule where it's basically you can't sin.
Yeah.
Or everyone dies.
Yeah, they
not
get
just
turned,
you.
They get turned,
everybody.
They get turned into gold, which that's as far as I made it. Was talking to I forget his title, the dude, the mayor basically of this city.
The magistrate or
magistrate. Yeah. I talked to him, learned about the golden rule, and then that's as far as I got.
Do you the first person when you open the game and you talk to that chick, did you ask her name?
Karen. And there was a dialogue. Boy, that must suck to have a name in this that name in this day and age.
Yeah, that meme definitely. She's like, oh yeah, well, pretty good stuff. But it's a mystery solving where you're trying to figure things out. You're trying to prevent people from because someone is gonna break the golden rule apparently, and you've got to figure out who and try to stop it. And if you die, the magistry opens up the portal, and you're able to jump through it, and it restarts the loop.
Okay.
So you're able to take what you've learned, and reapply it. And that first guy you meet when you go through the portal, like if you solve something like, oh, this lady was poisoned and killed, and whatever, and you like there's this lady who gets who she basically gets, I don't want to get too much into it, but she gets poisoned, and there's an antidote, but the person who has the antidote wants like 1,000, whatever the currency is. I forget what it's called, but
Septims. Nope, that's Skyrim.
I think it's like denarii, something like that.
That sounds right. That's a word I've heard.
Yeah. But he wants like 1,000 denarii, and obviously they don't have that or whatever, so she ends up dying, and you're able to like steal the antidote, or like you're able to steal the antidote, and oh, that breaks the golden rule, and then you're able to run through the portal and restart it, and then give the antidote, and that solves that problem. But you're also able to be like, hey, you talk to the first guy, when you go through the portal, you're able to be like, hey, give this antidote to the person, so you don't have to do it every time. You restart the loop.
Okay.
Whenever you check something off, you're able to talk to him and be like, hey, why don't you go do this and do that and do this and do that? So it doesn't get to a point where you're like, oh, I have to go.
So he becomes your bitch, basically.
Pretty much. But yeah, you could see where it would get like tiresome to like, okay, I've got to do this. I've restarted. I've got to go save her.
At
I've
the
got to
same
do
time,
this.
that would make it very interesting. Like it would become very Groundhog Day of Phil going to each place and being at a certain place at a certain time to like stop that kid from falling out of the tree, stop that old dude from choking.
I mean, you can do that if you want.
I think that'd be interesting.
You don't have to talk to him and tell him to do that stuff. You can go and it's just saves time, because at a point there's a lot of things like, but it's pretty interesting. I'm liking it. There's 4 endings you can get. Okay. I've gotten 1 so far.
All right.
I think 2. I've got I think I have like 4 hours, 4.6 hours according to Steam.
I didn't think it was going to be a long game.
Yeah. Not that long, but very interesting. There's some cool aspects to it. I like. I'm digging it. I want to kind of go for the other endings.
I can definitely see just a little that I played. I can definitely see the like, oh yeah, this feels like Skyrim. This feels like a Bethesda first person shooter, or this was definitely stolen from a Bethesda first person game.
Yeah, and I stumbled on the ending by accident. The ending that I found.
Well, that just makes it better.
Yeah, because I was like, okay, I want to go through this path. I see a path ahead of me. I know this is going to be a thing, because like when you talk to people and you learn information and all the different stuff, and I'm like, okay, I know this is going to be a thing. How do I get through here? And then I'm just like, there's a spot over here. Let me explore this spot first before I try to figure out, because there's a whole like voting, because there's going to be an election at the end of the day for a new magistry or whatever, and it seemed like there's a few different things you can do maybe with that, or choices, or I don't know, whether or not it ends the game or not. But there's a few different ways it could. I think that can play out. And I'm just like, I'll look through that later. I'm gonna go explore this, and then I'm like, I found. This is interesting. What I found in this area. Oh my god! And it just was just like, it led to like an ending where you like, broke the time loop and all this and that, and it was just like, huh, that's kind of cool. And it was like you unlocked ending 2 of 4, and it shows like, it shows a line and where it divides.
Okay, interesting.
So there are like numbered endings. So I guess you could like look them up if you want, if you only did one. But I don't think this is going to be that much. I don't think it's going to be that much longer. Like it's not going to be 4 hours for each ending. I imagine like 6 to 7 hours maybe for all of it. So I'm definitely going to run through it again and try to see what the other endings are. Maybe. So the characters are interesting too. I kind of like the way the characters are. There are some like nice characters and some like very evil characters who you're talking to, and you say one thing and they quickly show their like, they quickly show their true nature, and you're like, oh, you are a bitch. Okay.
Now, when you said that, I imagined the LA Noire, like, I'm lying face. The very obvious facial animations.
Yeah.
So that's just what I imagined when you said that. But at the beginning of the game, you're asked like what your background is, and that changes some things. There is one that I saw and didn't pick, but is there combat? Because there was one option. It was like you're a person of the law, and that gives you a gun with a limited amount of bullets.
It's pretty much useless.
Okay.
I mean, yes and no. There is some combat where you're fighting. You are fighting some stuff. Like you're fighting kind of undead type people.
Sure. Okay.
There is I don't want to give away too much. Because there's a thing with a bow. Where you get a bow, and there's a mechanic with a bow and stuff like that. That's
you have to shoot the bow and then steer the arrows through these hoops to light a brazier. No,
it deals with it deals with like the whole turning into gold aspect of everything. I don't want to say too much, but it's interesting.
You fight Midas himself.
I'm really enjoying it. It's out now, and it's only how much is it? I don't even know how much it is.
Good question.
$25.
That's not bad.
Not bad at all, really. Yeah.
Considering it was made by what, 3-4 people?
Probably.
I mean, it literally says when you start up the game, this game was made in 3 years by 4 people.
Yeah. So yeah, that's overwhelmingly positive user reviews.
So be nice.
Steam.
That's kind of what that said to me when I started out the game. So be nice.
Yeah. So. Yeah. It's good. I'm liking it. It's yeah. I never played Skyrim, so I had to ask you like when I was approached about this and given review codes. Also, yeah, we did get codes for this. Just I guess to throw that out there.
And this was like, not one of the mods that I have played.
You were like, I've never heard of this, and I'm like, really? Because their big thing is they're toting, and I looked it up, and I'm like, oh yeah, they've got millions of downloads for.
Yeah, but mod. So do a lot of Skyrim.
So does a lot of stuff. Yeah, it has been out for ever. It is on everything. Yeah.
Like just looking on Nexus, which is, the go-to place for mods. See, what was it was like Lost City, right? That was the name of the mod.
I think it was was it? I thought it was the Forgotten City. Like,
Okay, it was the Forgotten City. I'm just seeing where it kind of falls in the rankings of
on Nexus, it only has 500,000 downloads.
Yeah, see, I'm on page 7, and all of these have over 1 million. Like it is down there in the Skyrim mods. So like, it wasn't one that came across me because I didn't go this far down into the Skyrim mods.
Yeah,
which maybe I should have. Then I would have seen things like animated dragon wings. Make your character a succubus.
I can't remember where I saw it. I saw it on another site, mod site, and it had like, I think 2 million downloads on that. Yeah, they tote when they went. It was. They also like said in their press and all that. Yeah, it's been downloaded over 3 million times. So yeah, they that's one of their big things is they're like, hey, this was a Skyrim mod, and now it's a game, and it was popular. So
there are
check it out.
Some very large, story-based Skyrim mods. They're not all, hair mods or titty mods or all that kind of stuff. I mean, those do exist, but they're not all that.
Yeah. So yeah, it is interesting. I'm enjoying it. I'm definitely gonna play through and get to the other 3. I made sure to like as soon as I finished that ending, I was like, oh, let's look at my saves. Okay, good. I still have this because it auto saves a few slots. It has a few slots for auto saves, and I was able to like when I was going into that one place inspecting, it auto saved there, and I was able to load back into that, and so I don't have to repeat that 4
replay
hours.
the whole thing again.
Yeah, I can just go through the other branches and check out the other stuff. And
see, now,
so
I think when it ends, when you get an ending, you should be able. It should just like start you on a new loop. That way, kind of like where that last where the last time you entered this loop, you just start that one again. That way you don't have to.
That would be cool. Yeah. We'll give you the option, to load into your last loop. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
feedback to the developers.
Definitely check it out if you're interested in if you were a fan of like Skyrim, or if you're interested in like mystery solving type games, which I've not played that many mystery solving type games, but I'm intrigued. I like mystery, like movies and stuff like that. So when I saw that this was like mystery solving, I was like, I'm in.
The one there was a mystery game that I played a couple years ago that has absolutely stuck with me. Kathy Rain. I cannot recommend Kathy Rain enough. I want Kathy Rain to become a freaking series and have like multiple Kathy Rain video games.
I've never heard of that.
I've talked about it on this podcast. I know for a fact because I've seen the podcast image that I used. but it's a side-scrolling pixel
Oh,
kind of adventure style game, and it is great.
yeah.
It is great. I loved it. I want more of that style of game.
Huh. Interesting. I may have to check that out then. There's a demo too.
Yes, there is a demo.
Similar games you've played. Papers, Please. Okay. Sure. Yeah, it's got very positive reviews. So interesting. Yeah. I don't play, like I said, I don't play that many like mystery game. I guess there's not really that many like that are out there that are, you know, there are probably a lot out there, but not like advertised, you know,
Yeah.
to where you're aware of them. So yeah, that's the only thing noteworthy I had.
Okay. Well, the only kind of news we had is
I got one thing to talk about on news too.
Okay.
When you're done, I just thought of something kind of big that happened.
Yeah, we didn't want to.
You're going to be like, oh yeah,
we didn't want to talk about the Activision stuff more than we already have. So we're not going to talk about that. Look someplace else for that. But we are going to talk about some news that has been going around a lot lately. That's false. So many articles, so many TikToks, YouTube videos, all that kind of stuff. California's banning gaming PCs. No, they're not. All right. We're putting into that right now. No, they're not. There was a new regulation that went into effect. It was July 1st. Like this was a while ago, but it's just kind of surfacing kind of now, or a couple weeks ago. That had to deal with the efficiency of electronics at idle. This is for regulations for PCs at idle. And this really only affects pre-builts. And this really also only affects lower end machines. Because the machines that are exempt from this are what they consider high expandable PCs, meaning gaming PCs. So like this really only covers like the machines you can just walk into like Walmart or Best Buy and like buy just like a Dell for like $200. That's
you're getting a Dell.
That's the machine that regulation was for.
Because I saw like the Alienware. That's the thing I saw.
That's
when
what
this first started out.
That's what threw the
like
flags.
They're not going to be shipping.
Was that you cannot buy Alienware? They
decided,
but yes, Dell would not ship Alienware PCs except for one. There was one Alienware PC that it would ship to California, but that was Dell overreacting. That's what that was. That was Dell overreacting and being safe. But they could have sent those machines out and they would have been fine. They would have, because those are considered high expandable PCs. And there's like a score that PCs are going to get, where like the more like stuff you have in it, the score is going to go higher. So like the efficiency for that power supply needed would actually go down. So like a lower end efficiency power supply would be okay the more you have in it, like high end RAM, graphics card, any kind of anything in the any like expandable slot, anything would raise that score and drop the efficiency needed. So, and what?
Yes.
Yeah, it's just it's a lot of people who are, fear mongering.
Well, when you have PC gamers saying Dell is canceling Alienware gaming PC shipments to several U.S. states, like when you have PC gamers saying that,
I mean,
it's going to get people,
yeah, but
who aren't actually looking into it.
It's an overreaction. It's an overreaction to what was happening, and it was overreaction on Dell when they could have sent out these machines, and really, like the efficiency, it's like I think it was like 80 silver, like rating for the power supplies, which are like not like the most efficient power supplies. Those are kind of like low end efficiency power supplies. Like it's not like it's a big deal on to put in a just in fact, this was actually probably better that this happened, because then you won't get a shitty knockoff power supply that'll die in a week from China. You'll actually get a decent power supply in your PC, which is what you want. So all these TikTok I'm seeing of California's canceling PC gaming. Nope, they're not. Stop it. So
I haven't seen those because the only TikToks I ever watch are ones you occasionally send.
Yeah, well, I've seen them enough times, meaning more than once. To just stop with that, and then you go to the comments, and people are like, "This is false. This is false. Not true. Not true." Look at Jay's two cents video about this, which do that because that's a great video. And that's
it's the shock factor. That's what these TikTokers are trying to get.
It's exactly what the headlines are doing. It's fear mongering. So you watch the video or you click on the article, and we get enough fear mongering from the media. So stop bringing that into our gaming space. Keep that out. Gamers tend to be more informed about this kind of stuff anyway, so don't even try.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I wanted to say was, what did you have that we forgot?
The Steam Deck.
Oh, right.
Yeah, right? I'm like,
oh yeah, we haven't done a podcast since the Steam Deck.
And kind of good, because there was some like kind of not like all the information wasn't out, right? Because they've backtracked on some stuff. They're like, or they clarified, I guess.
I honestly have not looked too much into the Steam Deck, so I don't know much about it. Other than I hate the name because I have a Stream Deck right here, and my God, do I want to say Stream Deck when I want to say Steam Deck? Even when I look up images, the fourth image is the Stream Deck under Google Images.
Yeah.
That's a terrible name because it was a product that already exists. It's too close to it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they could have done differently. They're saying their big picture mode's probably going to go away, and it's going to be the Steam Deck OS in its place. eventually.
I barely use big picture mode.
I don't either. Yeah.
I used
But
it occasionally when I played on my Fire Stick. When I did a Steam link to my Fire Stick.
yeah. There's gonna be 3 versions: 64 gig, 256 gig, and 512 gig. $399, $529, $649. Micro SD card storage. So like, unless you really want to have like, unless you really want it, you could get the smaller version and just buy like a big micro SD card, apparently it's supposed to be able to play like a lot of big games like Apex Legends, stuff like that at like 60 frames, I think.
I mean, one of the images that I keep seeing, is, on like this Steam Deck, control is right there, and that tells you how powerful this will be if it can run control. Because a lot of high end gaming PCs can't run control.
Yeah. I need to go back and finish Control. That's was such a good game. But yeah, it's gonna be rocking AMD CPU. I think it's quad core GPU. I don't know what there's no real specs for that yet. 16 gigs of RAM.
It's a custom AMD
AMD. Yeah.
APU.
So there's like
it's a Zen 2 plus RDNA 2 powerhouse, whatever that means.
No easy comparison, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
But 7-inch touchscreen, 1280 by 800. So, a little more than 720, but not much more. 60 refresh rate, USB Type C. Thank God. It's going to have Bluetooth. So I guess that's good, for like all the Bluetooth headphones out there or Bluetooth controllers, if you want to like attach an actual Xbox or PlayStation controller.
Well, because here's the thing. There's a dock. So this makes this is a fucking Switch.
It's a Switch, but for PC gaming.
Yeah. Which, I don't know. This just seems like just a thumb of the nose to Nintendo. Like, okay, you can't make a powerful enough machine that can even run your own games. We're going to make one that can run high-end PC games. So, meh. So, step up your game, Nintendo.
Have a library of all these games that go on sale that don't stay $60.
Library. Yeah.
Yeah, these games that don't stay $60 for like 8 years in a row. Like,
and
like
never
launch
go on
Switch
sale.
Games are still $60. Yeah.
Yeah, because they never go on sale.
That's always Nintendo. That's always Nintendo. So I don't know. This looks interesting. I don't know. I don't know. Like, this is definitely not for me. Or but for people who want to dabble into PC gaming, this but and maybe don't want to I guess this could be for someone who wants to be able to who wants to be able to play PC games, who are just console gamers for the most part, but there's all these PC games on Steam, and Steam's always has all of these sales where games are always so darn cheap.
Honestly, this is perfect for somebody like my sister. Like, this is perfect for her.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't have she has, just a bare bones notebook as a laptop, as a PC, and then the Xbox One. This, and she wants to get into PC gaming, but it's expensive to take that first step into PC gaming, and yeah, it is. So I mean, this is a good like starting point to get a library at least built.
Yeah, it's Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, USB-C with DisplayPort 1.4. So yeah, you could like hook this up to a monitor in theory. I don't know.
Yeah, and the dock is sold separately, by the way.
Yeah, I didn't realize there was a dock until you had said that, but yeah, that makes sense. Then, yeah, it's sold separately then. But yeah, this is great for like the people who want to dip their toes in the PC gaming. Yeah, not have to, or not have to spend a whole lot, and maybe don't want to have to deal with all the like, updating this, updating that. Which I mean, it's not as bad as it I guess it used to be, like having to update graphics drivers and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's pretty much just like, hey, NVIDIA is letting you know there's an update. Okay, I click a button and it's updating. Like,
yeah,
stuff like that's real easy now. But people don't want to have to maybe deal with that, or maybe they don't want to have an extra PC or computer. This is great for that. They don't, all the convenience, and you got the whole Steam library. And I can't remember if I saw that there's going to be like other stuff you can like, if it's just going to be Steam games only you can play, or if you can like side load maybe Epic Games or whatever else.
It's possible. I did see an article early on after
I saw something
it was announced saying don't sideload Windows onto this. It could run Windows, but don't do it.
Oh yeah, don't. Yeah. Okay, yeah, the USB-C type dock will provide DisplayPort, HDMI output, Ethernet adapter, and 3 USB inputs. So that's pretty good. You can hook up a mouse, keyboard, plug it in Ethernet.
Headset?
Headset. Yeah. Like, yeah. This basically is like, yeah, this basically is like flexing on the Switch. Like, hey, look what we got.
Yeah, you only have one USB port on your dock. We have 3.
Yeah. And there is no Ethernet. Is there Ethernet on the Switch dock?
The new one.
I think you have to buy. Oh, the new one. Okay, because I was about to say I think you have to buy a separate adapter.
The new one. The new one has an Ethernet port.
The new one. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. This is really cool. Like if I did have like,
I'm not fully convinced that the new Switch dock that Ethernet port really even works, because you're connected to the Switch through just a USB port, a USB-C port. I mean, I can definitely see them just going, yeah, there's a port there. It does nothing, but there's a port there. Just for you who are complaining that it doesn't have one, we'll put one on, but it won't do it. Won't do anything. I can totally see Nintendo doing that, because putting in an Ethernet port could open up their precious children to the harmful web.
But don't worry, you have to have another app. You have to have an app on your phone in order to like voice chat on Switch, right? It's just so dumb. But yeah, I guess. Yeah, since there is I wonder how. Yeah, I wonder how the HDMI out and stuff on this will work. Like, could you stream using this? Or is it going to be like, what's the?
I mean, you can stream.
Is it going to be? Was
can
it
stream on.
HD CP?
Oh, I doubt it. I honestly doubt it.
Yeah. Crazier things have happened though, but yeah, it's just a matter of like, yeah, but yeah, this was kind of big because I never expected this.
No,
Like,
especially when the
dream machines.
Yes, when those really did not take off.
Yeah. And they tried to make a huge push with those.
They did. Although I feel like the Steam Link did better, but they killed the Steam Link.
Yeah.
So I feel like the Steam Link was a great idea and perfect, and I don't actually know why they killed it. I guess because not enough people bought it. But I mean, I feel like you didn't give them the chance.
Now imagine if you could get Game Pass on this thing. How insane would that be? Like,
you know what? You probably could.
Didn't they say Game Pass is coming to Steam eventually?
I was literally Googling that right now.
Yeah, I want to say they said that's eventually going to happen. So, like, just imagine that, having like the access to all of Steam plus Game Pass. Like,
well, here is an article on Game Rant. Steam Deck with Game Pass would be a game changer.
see what? Huh?
Actually, there's a lot of people
let you maybe,
like, how. See, will Xbox Game Pass work on the Steam Deck? Can Steam Deck play Xbox Game Pass titles? Like, a lot of people are asking this right now.
Oh yeah, I imagine so. What's this? Yeah, I imagine they'd have to. There will be a way to have other like stuff on this too, like, non-Steam games and stuff. Just because if it would just be a good way to sell this, because like, having like Fortnite and stuff like that on this would also be another key point for people. I'm seeing articles about like Fortnite, Roblox, stuff like that. All the games the kids are playing.
Sure.
That'd be a big way to like get them into picking this up versus maybe a Switch but like, oh, the Switch can play Fortnite, so why would you buy this? Buy the Switch and the kids can play those. So I don't know.
Among Us.
There's no release date.
Kids can play their Among Us. Q2 of 2022. Yeah.
There's just there's a release window. So
yeah, some summer. I'm guessing summer of next year. Yeah. You can pre-order one, of course, on Steam.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, this is interesting. I think this could be. I hope this goes well. Like, I hope this is popular.
I do too,
and it works out. I say it's not for me because one, whenever I do get enough income to, enough to be able to afford something like this, I'm going to use it towards, upgrading my computer.
All right.
Because that's what I need to do first. But if I didn't have to worry about that, this is definitely intriguing. Like, You know, this speaks to me more than a Switch, honestly. Just because I'm not a huge Nintendo guy, you know, but being able to access all these games and, easily play them in bed, or I could hook this up to the TV and play it on my big screen and not have to be at my, because, or I could have this, I could have play this while on the treadmill or something like that. Cause I was trying to like hook up Steam Link through my laptop streaming for my PC, and it's a struggle to get figured out.
Yeah, and it's the Steam Link app is not great.
Yeah. So yeah. But yeah, this just popped in my head like last minute, and I'm like, oh yeah, that was a huge thing that happened. How did we forget about this? Like,
yeah,
came out of nowhere. Like, and yeah, it's am I making this up, or I thought I saw something where they said this would be what's it called, VR supported, maybe? Am I making that up?
Oh,
mm-hmm. No, could be used in process. Has connectivity for VR, but not the performance. Can you play?
Valve has acknowledged the Steam Deck can be hooked up to a VR headset via a dock, but the system may lack power to handle more demanding VR games.
Okay, so yeah,
it can, but it will struggle.
Yeah. So you won't get, you won't be able to you won't be able to play VR like you're playing on a high-end PC.
Yeah.
Basically, which makes sense. So, but the fact that it can run it even at like a lower, standards or whatever, like, is still impressive to the hardware of this thing.
Yes.
For the price. Yeah. So, yeah, that's all I got. So I guess we can wrap up the show.
All right.
This has been episode 429 of the Geeks for the Win podcast. Be sure to follow us on Twitter. Stuart's at Casual Terror. I am at Will Play Games _. It looks like, if anyone's interested in our D&D, it looks like maybe it's going to be a bit more consistent, and we're changing back to Sunday.
Yes.
Sunday afternoon.
Sunday afternoon. Yes.
When you pitched that, I was like, oh, thank God. I was literally about to pitch doing that, because I didn't like doing late at night, and when we have a hard out, pretty much.
Yeah, that's also why I didn't like it. And plus, like, Sunday, it gives me time the Saturday before, a full day to prepare if I have to prepare something big. So
yeah, and it doesn't it doesn't affect us like last time, where we did some research and shopping, and that was like basically it.
Yeah.
Which we got some good research. We got some good like lore stuff you threw at us.
It was a lore heavy session last week, or last time.
It was pretty fun. So yeah. But yeah, be sure to check that out on Stuart's Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Casual Terror.
Yes.
And with that, we will catch you next time.
And remember, no animals will harm making this podcast.